Hey YouTube, haven't done an update in about a month. Broke my phone, I just got it back. Just wanted to show this is the maximum payload I've put in this 76 Jeep J10. So the front springs, they are original, but I did add the coilover load assist shocks on all four. So it does have those shocks. That gave the front springs a little more life. The rear, as some of you know, I had to rebuild the mounts. So I had to rebuild these right here. This thing will focus. Don't mind the rust right here. I had to rebuild these little mounts where the leaf springs go on, and the ones back there. So those are all freshly rebuilt. It has new leaf springs in the rear. They're just the standard 1,150 pound springs that came with these trucks. But there is coilover shocks, like I said, as well as there. You all know the bed has been rebuilt, and I supported the bed with extra cross members instead of just the standard 5 that Jeep had from factory. So I have 30 bags of concrete back here. I didn't want to do 30. I ordered 25, but a couple of them are ripped, you can see, so they're just like, got my bed all filthy with concrete. But they gave me some extra concrete. Obviously the pallet is in here. I weigh about 300 pounds. So altogether I have about 2,100 pounds in this thing when I'm in it. So it did definitely drop, but it didn't go down, you know, into the wheel well. It dropped about 3.5 inches though. So the front end is definitely higher than the rear. The leaf springs are pretty flat now, and they're definitely on the overload, almost completely on the overload. There's still some like little room, little bit of give right there, but not really much. It's basically right on the overload. So I think that's pretty much the maximum. This thing should technically only be carrying about 1,500 pounds max, not 2,100, but because it only has Dana 44 axles, it doesn't have the Dana 60, and it doesn't have the heavy-duty leaf springs in the back. It just has the standard leaf springs like the J10 came with. Thankfully, the coilover shocks, they do add an extra 500 pounds, so that does help. Without those, I mean, those springs would be screaming more than they are right now. So guy was an amateur who drove the forklift though. I mean, he kept bumping into my wheel wells. There's not that much room in there, but you know, he just wouldn't listen. And yeah, so a woman actually had to come over and get in there, and she did the forklift properly. I wanted it directly over the axle. It's not exactly over the axle, but I didn't want them to scratch the truck any more than they already did. So I said, just leave it there, and I'm just going to take the bags and manually, you know, put them up against the back of the bed to kind of even the weight out a little bit, you know what I mean? So I think I'm probably going to take a couple more bags and put them further up in the front to kind of relieve some of the pressure for the rear, if that even works. But anyway, that's the maximum weight I put in this thing, 2,100 pounds. You can definitely see this side is tilting more on here than it is over there. So I suspect something is bent on this truck. I've suspected that since I started building the bed, because it leaned more over here even without weight. But right now it's so low, it looks like a Chevy S10, because the old Chevy S10s, they sit really low. So but I'm gonna put more bags over here in the corner to kind of even that out. So like I said, anyway, time to head home. See you guys later.